All right, Mr. Claxton's Algebra 2CP class. This is the short version of, what I was trying to explain as class ended, and I was left dumbfounded staring at the board. There were a lot of A's and a lot of B's, and there's so much information that you really do need to organize it. You can use colored pencils, you can use highlighters, but I would definitely recommend organizing your information because there's a lot of stuff to get through here, and if you make even one little mistake, it can cause a wrong answer. So what I've done here is I've color-coded the problem that we were talking about as class ended. This is the problem you need to do for homework, or that you should be doing as just an opportunity to learn. Looking at this, pausing and looking at this will help to break it down. What I've done is the orange represents the objective function. Orange, objective. The red represents factory A. So hours for factory A, right? And we have two types of work hours being performed, work hours for acoustic guitars and work hours for electric guitars. So, and then we have two different factories. The two different factories are going to represent two different constraints. So we have the red factory, which represents 2x plus 4y less than or equal to 10 because of that word at most. And then I have the blue factory, 4 times x. Why do we use x? Oh, because acoustic. And 3 times y. Why do I use y? Because okay, I use y because it's the electric guitar. That yields 4x plus 3y is less than or equal to 10. And again, this is a short version, so I'm not going to take you through the long explanation, but I do break down those two inequalities, those two linear inequalities right here. Now we have the intersection of the system represented in green, which is our feasible region. In order to graph these two linear inequalities, it wasn't easy. I could get the y-intercept. To get the x-intercept, especially for the blue one, I had to plug a 0 in for y. And I could have done the same for the red equation, plug a 0 in for y, and treat it like an equation. Okay, 4 times 0, so 2x equals, so 2x equals 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. The x-intercept is 5, 0. All right, I figured out their intersection point by looking at the graph, and then I guess and checked. So I plugged a y in, or I plugged a 1 in for x, and then a 2 in for y. So I went back through, took it through both equations, right? Equations, because I'm trying to figure out the intersection of two lines. So some people like to redraw, a system of linear equations, because they're like, Mr. Clarkson, that's inequalities, right? So you might say 2x plus 4y equals 10, because I'm trying to find the intersection now so I can find this last vertex 1, 2, and 4x plus 3y equals 10. Find that intersection point. You could use elimination, could use substitution. We use graphing and guess and check. So I would need to solve that system of linear equations to find the intersection. Okay, right there. So, and then we also have to consider that we're only using quadrant 1. Okay, there cannot be a negative amount of hours worked. So this is the short version. I hope you were able to watch this, if only just to clarify so you could get your homework done. Thank you, everyone, for being great students.